Hey guys, TRX Travel Adam here. Apologies about the sound, the quality and also the size in this video. It was a live workout that I did, and I just wanted to post it because there's a few little nuggets in there and it's a really simple full body intensity workout that anyone can follow along to. So I hope you enjoy it.
Ab exercise. 3 exercises you want to do that target lower top sides. These knifers are really good because you can get a full top contraction squeeze. So if you rotate them, jackknives, TRX jackknives, and then crunches to stomach, each one 4 seconds, so 4 seconds length, catch breath, 4 seconds length, 4 seconds negative, 4 seconds contraction. So really slow, real contraction in the abs. You can't let the abs rest, they're really resilient. So super, super hard contractions. And just rotate these 3 exercises. Super hard squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch it out. And back in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Super hard squeeze. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch. And back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch the abs. Back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. 2, 3, 4. And stretch. I can't go back up. And then really good for the sides. Just simple crunches. But remember, just keep the pace, keep the tempo, 4 seconds. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. And down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. 2, 3, 4. And crunch up. And again, keep going. 5 minutes. Jackknife, same. 4, 4, 4, 4. Just always think 4 seconds on the abs. So resilient, always got to be 4 seconds. Really, really slow and controlled. It's a slow twitch muscle fibre. It's not fast twitch, it's slow. So everything's got to be slow and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And down. 2, 3, 4. And stretch the abs right out. That's it. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And squeeze. 2, 3, 4. And down. 2, 3, 4. Stretch the abs. And back up. 2. Again. Keep going until it's been about 5 minutes. So back onto crunches. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. 2, 3, 4. And up. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last one, because I can feel I'm tired. Again, just those 3 exercises are all you need for TRX abs. The jackknives target the top, these crunches bottom, and then your twists target the side of the abs. Full core, full front core. Alright, last ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, down. 2, 3, 4, stretch, and back up. 2, 3, 4, down. Toast, and that's your abs toast. As soon as you're done, strain them. So bend over and really connect. Feel them, squeeze. So squeeze the muscle, squeeze it, and then stretch it. So thoracic extension, reach back and stretch it out. About 15 seconds, you always want to stretch your muscle for about 15 seconds after you've worked it. As soon as you're in your abs, you're warm, you're super warm. So we're going to do a full body workout now. We'll start with the legs, so we'll do some quad work, some hams, some glutes. Then we'll go on to some shoulders. We're going to do middle and rear with some Ys, some face pulls. We're going to do some arms, some hammer curls, target the long head of the bicep, get a bit of width for the arms, a bit of shape. And then we're going to do some reverse grip rows, my favourite row, and some alternative press. Now we're just going to do 1 set on each of these exercises, but we're going to take it to failure. I'll explain why later, simply because we're just going to, it's a full body, it's a quick one, it's maybe about 30-35 minutes, but because we're taking the muscle to failure as well. If you're in a depleted state or you're dieting and you're lower on calories, it can be a nice workout to do because you haven't got the fuel to do high volume stuff. Obviously if you've got full of energy, full of carbs, you can maybe do 2 sets, possibly even 3 sets on each one, and save the failure set to last. So, this first one, quads. Now, I absolutely love working the outer quad muscle of the legs. So, what I mean by that is I like to work this outer quad here. So this bit here, because this bit adds shape, quite a lot of shape. So to target that, to target these outer bits, we want feet together, but pushing outwards. So push outwards and go down. We're going to use the TRX to balance, balance, balance. 4 seconds slowly down at the bottom, pause, explode up. Pause, hold it, explode up. So we're getting a little bit of isometric work in. Again, this is targeting. We're going to hit out the quads, yeah? These little legs need to grow. I need to get these legs bigger, so we're going to get them wider. And that's going to be my progression. In another workout, we'll target the teardrop in the middle quad muscle. But for now, we don't want those muscles to take over. For now, we just want to hit the outside, the vastus lateralis, which is a real thick muscle. It adds lovely shape. Now, I would suggest before you do any exercise, just give a quick stretch. But for time's sake, we'll just dive straight into it. After it, we're going to stretch and we're going to squeeze. Squeeze, stretch, stretch, squeeze, always. So take your time getting set up with these. Remember, it's a close foot, yeah? Afterwards, we're going to do wide foot. We're going to target the hams and the glutes. This, it's close foot and it's a real lock-in. You've got to really lock it in on this. So take your time for the setup. A bit more. These are just to balance, simply just to balance. Back straight, shoulders back, but feet together, feet close together. And remember, the one thing we focus on is pushing the feet outwards, because that drives the tension onto the outer quads. That's what we want, these here, outwards. So, take your time getting set up, feet nice and close together. And here we go. Down, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up, but don't lock out, and back down. 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up, and back down. 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up, and back down. 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up and back down. 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up and back down. 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up, back down. 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up and back down. 2, 3, 4, explode up and back down. 2, 3, 4, pause, explode up and back down. 2, 3, 4, explode up and back down. And I'm starting to fail now, so I'm going to start going into partials soon. And back down. Pause, explode up and back down. And now we just do partials, little partial pumps. Constantly pushing the feet outwards. Constantly pushing the feet outwards until we fail. Now we pause. And we go down slow, 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 slow. And you're going to feel it. A mighty burn, mighty burn. So as soon as you're done, let's tense the legs. So push out, squeeze, squeeze the legs, straight into a stretch. And twist the body around as you stretch. So you can really target that outer core and hold it. And the other side. Now, there's a reason why we don't lock out, which I'll explain. So, when we're doing those, and we go down and we explode up, we stop here because we want to keep the tension there. If we go right to the top and we explode up and we lock out, the teardrop takes over. So this teardrop inner muscle takes the load from that muscle. It's not what we want. We want all the load on the outside quads. So go down, ask the grass as much as possible, hold it, lock it in, explode up and stop here. Stop, no straighten, keeping the load on the outside quads and straight back down. And you'll feel it, you'll feel just a constant tension grow and grow. And you'll feel a real burn. That's so good. If you, like me, I've got kind of lamppost legs, so quite thin. If you target the outer quad, it helps grow width. So you get more shape to a leg like that. It's something which I just haven't really focused too much on, and I'm suffering from it now. So now I'm training as a weak point training. But always remember that, close feet, push outwards as you go down. As you come up, don't lock out. If we were targeting this here, this thick teardrop, yes. Then as we come up, we lock out, squeeze, and back down. And we don't push out. We just focus on a standard shoulder width up and down. This one, wide stance squats, super good. Hams and glutes, the same principle though. As we're going down, we pause, we lock it in, we explode up, but we squeeze to come up and we stop there. We don't straighten, no straighten. Same principle. The quads will straighten the legs. We want to keep tension on the hams, so no straightening. Down, squeezing. Remember, when we go down, we pull down. So we squeeze this, and we pull down. So squeeze and pull down, pull down. Don't sit down, contract down. Contract the muscle to go down. Nice and wide, angled out, lock it in, connect, squeeze down, pause at the bottom, explode up, pause there, hold it. So, feet nice and wide. Take your time getting set up. Nice and level.
Feel it. Put the mind inside the bum, put the mind inside the hamstrings. Close the eyes. Through the nose, breathe in and down. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now as I start to fail, 2, I can feel that burn in the quads really picking up now. So as I start to fail, I prepare to start doing partials. So I'm going to go into partials now. So right up halfway and pump. Halfway, pump. Halfway, pump. Halfway, pump. And hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And down slow, down slow. You won't know what that feels like until you lock it in. So once we've done that, squeeze the muscle. It's like there's a big ball. You're trying to squeeze it, squeeze the muscle, and then stretch. 15 seconds. Now, why do we go to failure? Why do we do partials? Remember, muscle has 3 strength ranges, yeah? It has the concentric, which is what you see 99% of people just doing. Concentric. That's only 33% of a muscle strength. It also has isometric, hold. And it also has negative, so the lowering phase. To really deplete a muscle, to go to failure, we have to deplete it across the 3 strength ranges. So that's why we do the concentric, the full ranges, up, full ranges. Then when we start to fail, we just do the partials to really get the concentric, and then we hold for isometric. So we hold, and then we lower, slow. And you'll feel it. You just because you can't push up anymore only means 33% of the muscle is fatigued. You've still got 66% to fatigue. And that's the isometric, and then the negative, the downward. So always think about that. If you see it in a program, go to failure. That's what failure means. It's not just doing as many reps until you tire. It's mind to muscle, thinking, connecting, and working it to its full degree, its full 3 ranges. So, shoulders now. TRX Ys and face pulls. So the little variation of the Ys, it's sort of in between a T and a Y, kind of in the middle. We want to think zombie when we target the middle shoulders and rear deltoids, middle and rear. Think zombie, not contracted. Think forward, zombie. So you want to be like a zombie. Why? Because when we are like this, only the rear shoulder muscles will work. Just the rear shoulder muscles. When we are like this, and we do this, the whole upper back muscles come in. And that's not what we want. We want to isolate the specific muscle. So think isolation. How can I isolate? Protract, not retract, protract. So we're going to do a bit of a drop set. So it's Ys, straight in the face pulls. And that shoulder's done. This toasts them. High rep ranges, loads of blood, loads of burn. Feels amazing, absolutely awesome.
And you don't need to, for the whys, you don't need to, people always ask like what length should it be, where should I stand? Just experiment. It's not so much about the length, the way you stand, it's the biomechanics of the exercise and the mind to muscle. As long as you can perform the exercise correctly, to focus, to lock it in, to really work that muscle, you're doing the exercise correctly, I can guarantee you. Just focus on the muscle, focus on how it feels, don't focus on the length of the strap or where you're standing. Yes, to a degree it matters, but when you're learning, when you're really starting to appreciate the mind to muscle connection, the slower technique, the whole range of motion, what matters is actually that focus, not worrying about the straps or the height and things like that. Just use the common sense. So, whys, let's go for it. Quite an easy stance. Again, not back, forward. Here we go. I always like to start where I'm going to finish. 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze, and down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze, and down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze, 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 down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Oh, that's as far as I can go. Drop set. We'll stand a bit further back. Go again. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up. One more drop set, so stand a bit further back, make it a little bit easier. And here we go again, down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, up. And then try and hold it. And you'll tire fast. I love those, the pump's amazing. When you fail, you fail. Straight into face pulls. Remember, on face pulls, it's about pulling past the nose, past the face, and at the top, rotate, twist. So pull, twist, pull, twist. Again, not too much contraction, retraction. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 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 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Take a step back. Drop set, make it a bit easier. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Drop set again, back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. And then just pumps. Little ones. Hold, hold, hold. Lower. straight away, squeeze. So squeeze the shoulder muscles, feel it, connect, and then stretch. Oh, and that feels awesome. Just have one set, drop sets to failure. You can really feel the, that's my favourite combo. TRX Ys with face pulls. Middle and rear. They give that nice pop, that nice sort of round pop shape to the physique, but also to the shoulder and the arms. It's a real one to focus on. Really good. So stretch it. Alright, next we got skull crushers and close grip. Quite a few people ask me about diet, to do some diet videos, what I eat. Absolutely will do. In here, it's just a bit of an intra workout shake. It's got some fast digestion carbohydrates, so a bit of dextrose, a bit of maltodextrin. It's got some essential amino acids in it, a little bit of creatine, and I have these flavour drops, these peanut butter flavour drops. I love them. It's a few drops of that, so it's like a peanut butter sugar drink essentially. Oh, and quite a bit of Himalayan salt as well, very important. I always remember when we exercise, the blood flow to the muscle areas increases by 60, 70, 80% sometimes. So there's 80% more blood flow going all into the muscles. So you've got to think, if I want to get nutrient to the muscle for it to grow, to get stronger and develop, when would be a good time to intake nutrient? Well, it would be a good time when the most blood is flowing there and it's getting pushed in there. So that's why intra-workouts can be really good to get carbs in there, to get some amino acids in there, and of course after you finish to have your shake because all the blood's rushing there. And as you rest, as you get back into Buddha mode and relax, that blood flow in the muscles reduces down to 30-40%. So always remember, around your workouts, so much blood flow to the muscles, get the nutrients that your muscles need to grow and develop. It helps with recovery and obviously helps with development too. Alright, skull crushers, so triceps. As always, give them a little stretch if you've got time. Give them a little squeeze, little pop, get the blood flowing there before we exercise. So get the blood flowing. I'm quite warmed up now, especially after these shoulder pulls. I can feel a lot of blood flow going through my arms. Skull crushers, whenever I do skull crushers, I always love to marry them up. So skull crushers are so good because they get the stretch, so they really get a nice deep stretch of the tricep, but they're not so good at the top, they're not so good at the peak contraction, which would target one of the three heads, but that little bump there, that little bulge there, when you do band pull downs, so I've got a band pull down here, you can lock out and you can really feel that pump and that tension and contraction. When you're doing skull crushers, it's not so much there, you just can't really feel it. You can lock out, but I wouldn't advise locking out because as soon as you lock out, all the load is transferred down joints and it's taken away from the triceps. So that's why we don't lock out, we only go almost to lock out and then we come back down and we focus on the stretch. But I like to then marry it up as soon as I finish with close grip because the close grip allows you to push up and contract and get that hard contraction of the triceps. So they're a really good one to mix, to pair back to back as a superset because you're getting the stretch on the skull crusher and then the peak contraction on the close grip. So always look for muscle pairings in that way. What gives stretch? What gives peak contraction? So these two are just so good for that reason to pair together. Same principle, 4 seconds down. We're going to hang at the stretch a little bit and then we're going to pump up and straight back down, no stopping at the top. Take your time with these. These are always a bit awkward skull crushers, especially to find your feet and to keep the handles together. I like to put my thumbs like that so it just keeps a bit of placement. Take your time with the setup. And it's not about this. All we're focusing on is just the stretch and the pump. Your arms will tire if you focus on that and not try and focus on how much of an angle you're creating. Just focus on the feeling and focus on just getting the blood there, pushing the blood into it and creating fatigue, creating burn. The pump, as they call it. It's like I say, take your time getting set up. And we're going to go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up. And I'm going to stand a bit further up because that's a little bit too hard. And down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up. Back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up. Now I can feel my triceps starting to fatigue. 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up. And down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stretch, and up. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and stretch. And down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. And now I'm just going to do partials. So pump, pump, until I fatigue. And then I'm going to hold it, and slowly down into the stretch. Whew. Sorry, it's really hard to talk while I was doing those. And then straight into the close grip. So, as I said, it's about the peak contraction. So slowly down, squeeze the biceps, and then back up, squeeze the triceps. A little bit more of an angle, back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze the biceps, contract. Squeeze the triceps, back down, 2, 3, 4, squeeze the biceps, squeeze the triceps, squeeze the top, and back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze the biceps, now squeeze the triceps, contract up, and I'm starting to fail now, so squeeze at the top. I can maybe get one more out, 2, 3, 4, squeeze the biceps, push up, squeeze the triceps at the top, and now we'll go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, just partials, squeeze the biceps, halfway, halfway, hold it, so good. So what do we do now? We squeeze. So squeeze the triceps, lock it in, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze, and then stretch. 15 seconds either side. Now, why do we squeeze the biceps at the top? Because of antagonistic muscle pairings. So when one muscle shortens, the opposing muscle must lengthen. So when you tense a bicep, when you squeeze your arm, the tricep has to lengthen to allow for that squeeze. So when we're at the top here and we squeeze the bicep, it means we are lengthening the tricep. That means we are then starting the tricep from a lengthened position to a shortened position. Bigger range of motion. So the bigger the range of motion, the more development you get across the whole muscle. That applies to everything, even squats. When you right down at the bottom, contract, if you're targeting the quads, at the very bottom, when you sit, contract the hamstrings and pull yourself down. Then come back up, all the focus on the quads. Same principle. Opposing muscles, lengthen, shorten, stretch, contract. So always look for that. Now, I know you might be thinking, it's just one set. What's that going to do? A hell of a lot. If you've taken it to failure, like we've talked about across the 3 strength ranges, you focus on the mind to muscle. Remember, it's not about how many reps you do. It's about the time under tension. If you do 30 reps, each rep is a second, but you do 8 reps, and each rep is 7 seconds, what's more beneficial? The 8 reps with the 7-second time under tension, or the 30 reps with the 1 second? I can tell you now, it's the time under tension, because it's greater in the 8 reps, if my maths is right. So don't think about how many reps should I be doing, think about time under tension and lock it in. Focus that mind to muscle, always place the mind inside the muscle. Hammer grip, so biceps, as always, just tense the muscles a little bit, contract them, you can feel it, get the blood flowing, give them a little stretch. So when we stretch the triceps, it's hand against the wall like that. Sorry, biceps, stretch it out. And you can do it for 15 seconds either side. It just promotes blood flow. Stretching is fantastic, it just promotes blood flow. The more blood we get to the muscle, the more nutrient we get in, the bigger the pump, the better development, the better the catabolic breakdown. So, hammer curls. If any of you know on YouTube the Mountain Dog, he's a fantastic coach, and he says that hammer curls are the most underrated bicep movement, and I agree with him. Everyone just focuses on just the curl. No one focuses on the long head of the bicep, the twist, the pinky up, the peak contraction, and hammers are just so good for that. Don't know if I'm going to be out of shot here, I'll just lengthen these a bit more. So, hammer grip, what do we do on bicep curls, on hammer curls? Same principle. On the triceps, we contract the bicep. On the biceps, at the bottom, we contract the triceps. So as we go down, contract the triceps, and it lengthens the bicep more. Bigger range of motion. If you don't contract the tricep and you stop there, there's about maybe an inch of unused muscle. Contract it, get that full inch in, get that full bicep muscle, the outer head working. And always at the top, rotate. So rotate the wrist. Remember, it's not just up, it's up and rotate. So up and rotate. And you can see it. If I do that, and I tense, that's flat, yeah? If I twist, see the peak? If I do that, it flattens. So twist of the wrist, range of motion. The bicep isn't just that, it's the whole twist and movement of the wrist too. So let's take it through its full range of motion. Nice wide stance. I always like to start where I'm going to finish. And we go down for 1, just get a bit more lined up, there we go. Go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, contract the tricep. I'm just going to change my hand position. Squeeze up, squeeze, twist the pinkies. 1, 2, 3, 4, contract, squeeze. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze. 1, 2, and down for 1, 2, 3, 4, tricep, bicep. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, contract the tricep, bicep, twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, contract the tricep, twist. Twist the pinky up. 1, 2, 3, 4, contract the tricep, contract the bicep. Down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, twist. And now as I start to fail, you can feel the burn building. Just going to do partials, so it's halfway, back up, halfway, back up, halfway, back up. And now we're just going to hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And slowly down, slowly down, slowly down. To the very bottom. Straight away, what do we do? Squeeze. So squeeze the biceps. and stretch. So thumb on the wall, stretch them out. On this side. Sorry, it gets really hard to talk during those exercises. So just remember, recap main principles. And you can feel, just from one set, almighty burn, really is. You can really feel, look at that pump, look at that peak contraction, that pump from that, just that one set, I can really feel, whole arm swelling, feels amazing. Just to recap, so always straight, contract the tricep, so we lengthen the bicep at the bottom. Yeah, contract the tricep, lengthen the bicep, twist at the top. So as we come up to there, twist, up, twist. As I said, little peak contraction, full range of motion. Reverse grip rows. These are amazing. If you want to build lats and you want to build shoulder width, that V shape, incorporate these and focus on the deep stretch and the really tight contraction. You get a lot of people saying, oh, you should never go that far, you should always just keep this. Anything you do that's controlled and safe, is safe. This is such a controlled environment. Everything we're doing, we're very aware. We're not throwing heavy weights around. We're feeling the muscles. We're taking them through we're taking them through their full length and state, and then we're bringing them back into their short, contracted states. As long as you're doing that safely and controlled, it's fine. You don't need to worry. If there was heavy weights thrown around, yes, but we're not. This is I always say it's all about the mind to muscle connection. This is almost a form of yoga. It's flowing, it's feeling, it's stretching and contracting the muscle. So don't worry about looking like you're over stretching. You're not. If you're going to stretch your back, that's exactly what you do. That's what we want in every exercise, to take muscles from their stretched position to their shortest position. So if you're stretching the lats, you could do this. You could obviously do that as well, but for our sake of argument, we're taking it from here and we're really pulling right back and contracting. Really contracting right back. You can use the biceps to help you pull that up and in. These are amazing. I think I say every TRX exercise is my favourite. This is definitely one of my back favourites because you can get such a good contraction. Now, the hands are just hooks. It's the elbows what drive and lead. So the elbows lead, they drive down and in, down and in. The hands are just hooks. You just hook on. It's the elbows that down and in. So again, I may fall out of shot here, I'm not sure. So, I like to begin right at a contracted state. And we're going down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up, squeeze, down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and up, and squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, contract up, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, contract up, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, contract, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, squeeze. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and squeeze up. Squeeze at the top. Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and contract up. Now I'm starting to fail, so I'm going to start looking soon to just do partials. Stretch, contract, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, stretch. Okay, now we're just going to do partials, so halfway, pump, halfway, pump, halfway, and now we're just going to hold it, and now lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, right into the stretch. Awesome, amazing. So again, squeeze. So just feel the muscle and give it a squeeze the lats, really squeeze. And then stretch. 15-second stretch, always 15-second stretch after every exercise. I'm not saying always, that's an advanced sort of form, stretching after every exercise. But I do find it helps, and if you are starting to get more advanced, just pushes the blood into the muscle. Okay, last exercise, the alternate chest press. I prefer this over the normal chest press, because the normal one, you can only go back so far, you can only get so much of a stretch. This one, where it's down by the sides and you come down, you can really stretch out the chest muscles, because you can take your hands right back. So if you look at that stretch, look at the shoulder muscle and the stretch it's creating across the chest, compared to this, which is not even anywhere near as close as what I can get down here. Very similar to a fly. You can get a really good stretch of the fly. So I prefer these alternate, because you can just stretch and then you can squeeze. You can really squeeze your chest muscles together. And when we want to contract the chest muscles, it's not about bringing the hands together. That creates nothing. It's about bringing the elbows together. So as we come down, we straighten the arms, we bring the elbows together, and we keep the hands out. And you can see that pushes the chest together, and you can squeeze it. You can squeeze the muscle as if you've got a pen and you're trying to nip the pen with the pectorals, the chest muscles. Same principle applies on these ones. 4 seconds down, just play in the stretch at the bottom for a little bit, and then just contract up. So you want to get them underneath. Again, you don't need this, you don't need like a huge angle. We're just playing in the pump, we're playing in the stretches, we're playing in the contractions. We're internalising the feeling of what it feels like to contract the muscle, squeeze the muscle. And we go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and squeeze up. Push my elbows together. Just gonna stand back a little bit. Squeeze the chest. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch. Feel that stretch. Feel it. And contract up. And squeeze the chest muscles together. And back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch. Feel the stretch. Play in the stretch. And squeeze up. Contract. And then back down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Play in the stretch, feel it. Contract up. Squeeze. Back down. Now I can feel the blood, I can feel the pump building. Stretch. Back up. Squeeze. You have to beat my strain face, you've got to beat my squeeze face. Stretch. Squeeze, elbows together, squeeze the chest, back down, 2, it's starting to tire quite fast now, push up, squeeze the chest muscles, back down, 2, 3, 4, play in the stretch, squeeze, I'm just going to do some partials now, so we'll go back down to the bottom, play in the stretch, and we'll just gently pump and back down, pump, half back down, halfway, hold, stretch. Killer. And then what do? We contract the chest. So to contract the chest, hands together like this, and just push like that. You might see it when bodybuilders go like this. That's them, contract the chest. Hands together, push together. Or if you want to use your elbows, squeeze the chest, feel it, squeeze the chest. Encourage the blood flow, then stretch. So, nice, let's open the chest up now. We've contracted it hard. Let's stretch it and open it up. Get that blood flowing. That's it. Get that blood flowing. That's it, that's our full body exercise done. As I say, it was one set and I can feel now, huge pump. I'll show you. You know, people say you can't build muscle with TRX. You can. Mind to muscle, you can. So, we can see, look, if we look at that, a little bit of posing, you can see, look at that pump in the chest there. You can feel here, pump in the shoulders. Full blood flow, and it's because of slow, controlled movements. Slow, controlled movements and time under tension. There is a time and a place for high rep ranges and challenges, absolutely. But when we're coming into real hypertrophy and muscle building, which is just what I love, I obsess about the body and how it can change shape, and the muscles, how they challenge. Slow, controlled movements through their full ranges of motion is the winner. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was helpful. I'll post this on IGTV as well, so it can be a rewatch. Again, it's a great full body exercise to go through, really good. Just remember, lock it in, stretch, contract, full ranges of motion. Have a great day.